All right, everybody, what's going on, man? How y'all doing? Welcome to tonight's special episode of SWAC Talk, man. Of course, this is the show we cover the SWAC inside and out, and I am your tour guide around the SWAC West coming at you. And today was media day, man. We got my boy D Moore in the house. What's going on, Mr. Moore, out there in Texas, man? What's happening? What's going on to my Wildcat fam out there, man? How everybody doing out there? What's going on? Like I said, today is media day. And we're gonna just kind of talk about some of the things that the SWAC announced. They announced the order of finish. They announced the preseason players of the year. They announced the all SWAC teams, and they announced some games for the SWAC Digital Network. I didn't have a chance to really watch it because I was working. First off, before we start, man, I want to say, man, if you work an inside job, man, please send one up for your people that work outside, man. It's rough out there right now for us outside people, man. So put one up in the air for us, man. Y'all keep us in y'all thoughts as y'all work in the AC and we out there in the heat. But I listened to the broadcast over the SWAC Digital Network with Tyler Carr and Santoria Black and Charles Bishop. So I didn't catch the actual ESPN broadcast, but it was obviously it's different. So I'm gonna go back and kind of listen to the ESPN broadcast. But first off, what did y'all think of the of Media Day, man? I know to me it's a good moment because it basically signals the start of the season, but it's also just a talk fest. You're not gonna get a lot of things out of it. Everybody gonna kind of have they set statements that they want to give, and they're not gonna go too much outside the box. But it's a good thing to have. Obviously, everybody at conference does it, so obviously it's something working. But you're not gonna get like anything crazy out of it. It's not gonna be too many revelations, but I thought all in all, it was pretty entertaining for what I could check out. We're gonna go over those in a minute. They definitely have some surprises on that portion of it. Like I said, that definitely was some surprises on the all SWAC teams. Y'all make sure y'all do hit that like button, please, man. Y'all definitely like the stream while y'all here. We got us a Rattler checking in. What's going on, man? What's happening?
Hey, what's up, C. Wells? How you been?
Oh man, I can't complain. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
We're gonna kind of go into some of the things that took place today. I was trying to get a Big Soldier a chance to check in. He might come through a little bit later, but first off, did you have a chance to kind of check out some of the events of Media Day?
I listened to it. Some of it today.
So, what were your thoughts on everything as a whole before we go too deep into it?
Oh, I think it was good. They were keeping it. All the coaches was keeping it close to the vest. To me, the ones that I heard, I didn't hear every coach. I saw that they didn't. No one really that I saw said anything to try and make any bulletin board material, locker room material, or anything like that I saw. But it was good. I thought the coverage was good. I didn't see I just had it listening to it. I couldn't see. You understand what I'm saying? I was just because I was driving.
I was the same way. I didn't really see anything. I just had it on my phone, and I was listening to it as I was working. I didn't see anybody, but I like I said, I it for what it is. You can only take so much out of it. It's one of those. Like you said, everybody gonna be kind of close to the vest. Ain't nobody gonna really say too crazy. The only thing I heard was on the SWAC YouTube network broadcast, whatever you want to call it. Coach Maynor, he made a little statement about certain guys making all conference teams who probably shouldn't. He didn't, obviously he didn't name anybody, but he kind of was like, how
Right.
can you not? Basically, he said, how can he not get that many offensive linemen from his team on their teams when they have one of the best running backs in the league, when they've had one of the best offense in the league? They don't really get that representation. I
Right.
thought that was one of the few situations where I thought somebody kind of said what they, said what they're gonna say, and he that type of coach. He gonna pretty much sometimes say a little bit too much, but he definitely gonna speak his mind. But what let's go ahead and we're gonna start off with the order of finish. We'll start there, then we'll go through the all conference teams and everything. Bama State pick number 1. What was your thoughts on that?
As conceivable, they can do it. They beat Jackson State last year. With the addition of Andrew Body, that should give them an extra little boost. They could have Jackson State at home this year, and they have FAMU at home this year. And the last 2 seasons that they played FAMU, they've been close ball games. So it's possible that they can come in first place and win the SWAC East. I can see that.
Yeah, I kind of have been saying, and we're gonna get to a couple of these comments in a second. What's up, BJ, man? What's going on, man? I'm about to get my thoughts on that right now. I basically have been saying that that I thought that they probably would pick Bama State number 1. I thought that they would be the team that kind of got the attention this season. Every season got that one team that kind of get a little bit more preseason love than everybody else. And I thought Bama State would be that team. And they returning a very good defense. You can't take that away from them. Like you said, they beat JSU last year. They had a battle with FAMU last year with no offense. So with the anticipation of what Andrew Body bringing to the table and some of the other guys they're bringing in, that only raises the expectations. So somebody got to be the team to get the hype, and I think that they are that team this year. So I don't have a problem with that. My thing is I don't never really have a problem with any team being ranked at any spot because it's the preseason and things gonna change. But I kind of anticipated it, so I wasn't really surprised at that. They did get 114 points, which was the most out of anybody. They got 11 first place votes, which tied with Alcorn for number 1. FAMU number 2, 6 first place votes, 104 points. What were your thoughts on where they put the Rattlers at?
It's basically the same thing as Alabama State. It kind of comes down to those 2 games, and if they don't, if they can win those 2 games, then they can definitely take first place. But it comes down to that, all 3 of those teams could lose to each other and have it some kind of wild tiebreaker situation that come up. But in my opinion, in the East, and the wild card team, it could be the team that loses to Bethune or Alabama State or one of the other teams in the East after they lost to Jackson State once one of them have beat each other. You see what I'm saying? And get down to it. Yeah. So, but FAMU could be in second, but like I say, it's preseason and everybody right now. So it's cool with me. It's kind of happy to sit back and watch it, because as a FAMU fan, for the past few years, we've been under the gun, and from the week 1 after playing Jackson State, that season, it's been pressure all the way through. So, it's kind of fun to have it on somebody else.
This is a different outlook. This is a different type of season for y'all this year. Y'all don't have, like you said, y'all don't have a pressure cooker week 1. You know what I'm saying? Win or go home week 1. So you can kind of let things play out. We got the Big Soldier in the house today, man. Welcome to the show, Big Soldier. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's good?
Oh man, chilling. So we running through the SWAC order finish right now. We at FAMU number 2, Bama State number 1. What's your thoughts on those top 2 so far before we go further?
Yeah, they done got it wrong, man.
They got it. Why you say they got it wrong?
FAMU at the top, baby. It's only J State and FAMU at the top of the East, baby.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I like that. Come in swinging. Come in swinging. So you don't think Bama State should be number one?
Man, I think they're gonna be a disappointment, honestly.
Ooh, somebody, somebody is on one already.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. But they rightfully deserve. I think they rightfully deserve the top honor, man. But you know, hey, when the pads come on, hey, I think it's gonna be a different story, man.
Right.
It's definitely gonna be like I say. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of movement. But like I said, so we got like I say, Hornets 1, Rattlers 2, number 3 JSU, 87 points. They did get 2 first place votes. What's your thoughts on? I'm gonna start with Jamie G since he's a JSU guy. What's your thoughts on the Tigers being number 3?
Oh, I love it. I think that's bulletin board material, and I like to come in. I like to come in under the radar. Ain't very much hype on us, so that's a good thing.
And so basically, I already kind of know how Jerome feels. He like any of the 3 can kind of go. So I think we all can agree that 1, 2, and 3, you can shuffle them up however you want. I think 1, 2, and 3 are pretty good. Whatever order you put them in, I don't think there's too much of a difference. Y'all agree with that?
Yeah, I like 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I like 1, 2, and 3.
I agree. I don't mind in preseason being number 2.
Yeah, I don't mind being anywhere in preseason other than number 1.
Because I think Bethune gonna make that case at number 3 though.
All right, that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna circle back to that. Number 4. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say number 4 is Alabama A&M. 76 points. They got 4 first place votes. Now that I'm surprised by. I'm surprised they got 4 first place votes, but Bulldogs solidly number 4. They got 76 points, so they're in pretty good spot. Do you think that they can? I like their offense. I don't really like their defense, but do you think they can challenge for one of them top spots in the East?
It depends on their quarterback play with me. Because I like what they got offensively. You know what I'm saying? They brought in some good receivers and Duke Miller and a couple transfers. And, you still got Eagle in their running back. But, man, if you could plug a guy in like Miles Crawley, you might, just for example, you might could have a little something. But as far as that, I don't know. Defensively, they've been a little shaky, but I think they're going to be okay.
Well, I know the past few seasons against FAMU, Alabama A&M played them close. They had to come from behind a couple years ago to beat Alabama A&M. They jumped out to an early lead on FAMU. So they've always been right there knocking at the door, right up under the surface, right there next to breaking through. But they got a tough run because Alabama State, I think right after they play Bethune, Jackson, and FAM. It's like a tough stretch in their schedule that's going to make out their season. It's a 4-game stretch that's going to make or break them, I think.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like you said, they have a tough run early. They got a couple, non-D1 games, but after that they jump right in conference play. They have, even if you go back a week, they got like Austin P, like JSU, FAMU, Bethune, Bama State, like all in a row. That's a tough. That's a make or break stretch in your season. Right. If they don't come out of that, on the positive side, then it's gonna be tough. Like I said, I do like their offense. I think quarterback is gonna be interesting. They got the kid transferring from Miami University, who started 9 games the year before last, started 5 last year. Was the offensive player of the game in the MAC championship last season. So they bringing in him and Xavier Langford. I think they're gonna battle it out. Donovan Eaglin is one of my favorite backs in the league. They got some nice receivers. They got a very good O-line that a lot of people not talking about. They're returning like 3 starters and basically their whole second unit, so they got a very experienced offensive line. So I think offensively, I think they're gonna be fine. Defensively is where the problem is for me, and I think that's what's gonna keep them from getting in the top. Bethune-Cookman. Go ahead.
If they win 2 games out of that stretch, though, they'll mix things up in the East. If they win 2 of those games in there.
If they go, let's say they go 2-3 in that SWAC stretch to open up this, they're gonna make a lot of interesting things happen. They're gonna shake up a lot of things if they can go 2-3 out of that stretch.
3-3, they'll be really up there. If they go 3-3.
If they go 3-3, then they might, I don't want to put that on nobody, but if they finish, with a nice record in that stretch, they could find themselves sitting in a very comfortable spot. But they got to get there. Number 5 is Bethune-Cookman, 47 points. Bethune-Cookman is a lot of people's team this season, coming into the season. Me, I'm not quite there yet. How y'all feel about the Wildcats? Number 5 is obviously a good spot. You don't want to be last. But, I think they have the potential if they can get some of those guys to work out. But I'm not quite on the Bethune-Cookman train yet. What about y'all?
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people. I think they're gonna get some win that they don't supposed to get. And if I think them guys have been bought in with Coach Woody preaching. And I think he's gonna have them ready, man. I think they're gonna really shake up. They're gonna shake up that East. They're gonna give a couple folks a scare, man. But I don't think they just ready right now. But probably the next year, hey, if they show signs of improvement, man, you want to watch out. But they brought in some really good guys, man. I'm excited to see what they do myself.
I think that Jackson State is going to be the team they're going to sneak up and bite when Jackson State come down there for their homecoming game. That's going to be a little different animal for them down there, the Battle of the Cats.
And you make sure you keep stick 36 away from my bench, too.
That's Tallahassee.
They don't travel, bro. They don't travel.
If I see something like that, I know it's wrong.
But Bethune is gonna be a sleeper team. I think. I don't think they're ready to win the whole everything yet because it's a process, the same process that Alabama State is going through. You kind of got to knock at the door before you kick it in, and build your steps. And I think Coach Woody is just like a year away. And this is his second year of his process. Yeah. So, you look at Coach Robinson at Alabama State, he in his 3rd year, they got the consistency, a little bit of continuity and stuff like that. And it just looks like Bethune is building that, but I don't think it's quite there yet. But they will be a team to reckon with in every game, I think.
And one thing I'm gonna say about Bethune is, a lot of people in the SWAC don't, they don't really, you don't really pay attention to a lot of things that's not going on in your league. So with a new team coming in and, they had a rough couple of years in their first couple of years. A lot of people don't think about how good Bethune-Cookman football had been in the last 10 to 15 years. So they have had a winning tradition and they're used to success. So, this is not what Bethune-Cookman been in recent years. So I think they're gonna be hungry to get back to winning games and being a factor. So I think like you guys say, I think, they're gonna be back. Right now I'm not fully on board right now.
I know one thing, this boy Travis Hunter a fool on this college ball, man.
Oh boy,
man,
come on, man.
I ain't played against Colorado yet, man.
Come on, Jay.
We're gonna Sixers. We're gonna get there in a second, bro. We're gonna get there in a second. Number 6 is Valley. I don't think nobody really surprised that Valley is where they at. I think Valley gonna win a couple games, but I still think Valley got a ways to go. Um, I don't have much to say on Valley right now, but I think they're gonna get better as time goes on. But I just don't think this is their time. But Valley got a first place vote though. Who did that?
Probably
AD.
AD had to do that.
Yeah,
You know
I
that
don't blame
AD
him.
did that.
I don't blame him. I would have voted for myself too.
I would have voted for myself too. You're right.
Yeah, y'all don't. The rest of y'all don't need no votes. I'd have voted for me too.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like it. Let's get hot. All right, let's jump over to the west side. This is a little bit more. This is.
That's what we gonna speak on, Valley. We just gonna leave it like that, man.
Oh, what you want to say? What you want to say?
Now I'm gonna tell you. I know they might not do very much, but that tight end they got.
Oh yeah, hey, we're gonna
potential, man. That boy got some nice hands, man.
I'm gonna show him some love in a minute when we run down the all-SWAC teams.
Okay,
I ain't forgot about my boy Jackson Davis now, man. I ain't forgot about him.
Okay.
But we just number one in the West, Alcorn Braves. I can't even call them the young mans no more because Coach McNair ain't that no more. But Alcorn number one, 112 points, 11 first place votes. Defensively, I think they're gonna have another great defense. They got some solid guys on offense. I love Truck Griffin. Quarterback gonna be the question, just like everybody else. But I think Coach Thomas got them going in the right direction right now. So I think number one is okay with them. I'm not 100% because I think anybody could be number one in the West. But I know Blue like Alcorn being number one. That's his team. So I don't have no problem with that. Well, how about y'all?
I see Alcorn being the number one team out there. The preseason pick. I think that's a good preseason pick because they've been right there consistently, just like Alabama State has been. Every year, it's just been one little trip up that's gotten them. It's like the same situation knocking on the door these past 2 seasons. They've been one game away. Whether that be early in the season when they lost or late in the season. I think it was last year against Texas Southern. That kind of held them out. So, they're right there too on the verge of getting there. But, so I think they're good.
All right, Big Soldier. What about you with the Braves?
Man, I still think Prairie View the king of the mountain till everything is settled, man. Because shout out to my boy Coach Fred, man. But I got a feeling, man, he's been putting a lot of bad energy out in these streets, man. And hey, until they listen, man. And I think they still gonna be the one to come out the West, though. Just because they drop off.
Well, Prairie View was picked low last year.
Yeah, Prairie View been picked not first the last 3 years, and they didn't finish first twice out of 3 years. So
it don't matter to them.
It don't matter. Like I mean, nothing in the West gonna be set up till November 30th anyway. So everybody can get in line and wait. But like I say, Alcorn won, Prairie View 2, 104 points. They got eight votes for first place. I like Prairie View. I think they I don't know. I got some stuff to say about Prairie View, but I don't know how to say it. I just don't think they that. I just don't. I think they there by default. I don't. I think they there by default. I don't think they that good. I mean, I don't think nobody knows it's that good. But I think they just there by default because they won last year. I think they got a lot of questions, just like a lot of people. I think people overlooking every question Prairie View got. All I like is their wide receivers. They new running backs. New quarterback. Their defense really wasn't that good last year. I'm not there. I'm sorry. I'm not there.
So are you saying they there because people think they better than the rest of the teams that's left? That's the only reason they there?
I think they're the tallest midget. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got mad questions in the West. You could pick anybody. I just don't think they're that good. I mean, I could be proven wrong, but sometimes you got to have that one thing that you stand on. There's a hot take. That's my hot take, man. I just don't think they're that good. So I think they're the tallest midget. They could they could prove me wrong.
Didn't they beat y'all though?
What that prove? Everybody beat us. We ain't beat a team with a winning record last year. That don't prove nothing, man.
Man, I can't believe you say Prairie View ain't that good though, man.
I mean,
they've been in the championship game 3 years in a row, right?
2. They should have won 3, but they lost to Valley.
Didn't Prairie View beat Alcorn last year?
They beat them by a field goal at the end of the game.
Hey, it don't matter if it's by a field goal or a mile. Winning's winning.
All right, Van Diesel. Hey,
Van Diesel.
I mean, like I say, man, that's just me. You know, like I say, everybody can disagree with me. I'm fine on that, man. I don't think none of us are that good in the West. If you want, I'm not about to sit there and say Southern should be there, but I just think a lot of people just overlooking the questions that this team got. That's all I'm saying. I think they got a lot of questions, and they, I just don't see it.
Question? Running back.
They losing their top 2 running backs. I know they got some guys coming back that can play, but they don't have a lot of experience there. They're gonna have a new quarterback. I don't care about that dude from Houston. Receiver is actually a strong spot on their team. Savage and Spiller, them really good wide receivers. I love them. Defensively, I think they up and down. They're losing their top linebackers. They got a couple dudes coming back on D-line that's good. I don't think their secondary is great, but I think they can get it done. I just think that they have as many questions as everybody else, and a lot of people running around here acting like that team don't got questions. That's my only issue. You can't act like your team don't got questions when they do.
Recency bias, because when you look back on it, that's what it is.
I mean, because the same thing happened with Southern last year. We was picked first last year when we had no business being picked first. But that's recency bias. You and I don't have a problem with with you being, you're the champ until otherwise proven. But I just don't like when people ignore the fact that teams got questions. So I think that if you can punish, if you can say, fam, you got questions, and they shouldn't be where they are, then a team that lost a lot of their key guys should have questions too. And I just think it should be even. It's either one or the other. You can't say one team got questions and they brought in a ton of dudes that can play, and those dudes ain't gonna contribute, but your dudes who coming in gonna do better just because you say they are. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro.
Loud and clear.
And that's all I'm saying.
I feel you with that. I feel you with that right there. I say that all the time with FAMU because, people say the questions about the coach, new coach, this, that, and the third. Alcorn coach, he new to them. He was an assistant on the team just like Colsey was. He been with the program around the program and stuff like that, but he getting a little more credit than Colsey as far as being a coach. But the same questions are not answered. Not asked, like you say. You froze up. I think it froze.
But like I say, it's a preseason ranking, man. I ain't about to get bent out of shape because, like I said, I really wish my team was picked 2 spots lower than where they are because we got a gang of questions. But Grambling number 3, they got 72 points, 4 first place votes. I have no idea what Grambling is this year, honestly.
I told you that's my pick to win the West. I told you that already. That was my big take. Froze up. No,
Let's see. Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
All right. You can go ahead because you say Grambling your number one, so I'm cool with that.
I picked Grambling to win the West. I think they're gonna win the West. How you gonna have the offensive player of the year and don't win the West? You heard me? See well.
Oh, go ahead.
I say, how you gonna have the offensive player of the year and don't win the West?
That's a good question. That's a good question, and I don't have no answer for that. I don't have an answer for that at all.
And he's a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If you got a quarterback that win the offensive player of the year, I mean, we can look back for the past few seasons and it equal championship. Right?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that at all. I said, I just, I think Grambling got the ability. I think they got some guys that can play. Like I said, just interesting to see how this offense run under Coach Dooley. I think Coach Joseph, I think he is, like he said himself, he's like, they say I'm a recruiter. I can win rings. So like I said, I'm interested to see in how he turned out. But like I said, number 3 for Grambling, I think is a good spot for them. I think you put them somewhere where they can kind of make a move up or down. I still think they're losing to New Orleans, but that's a whole different story. Yeah, I think the defense.
Sound like I hear audio.
Yeah, you were dropping in and out. You good now?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think that was Tyler, man. I think Tyler tried to set me up, bro.
Hey, I found out Tyler went to school with Coach Graves, man. They went to Winston-Salem at the same time. I found that out today. I thought I laughed. But what's your thoughts on Grambling being number 3, Big Soldier?
Oh, I like them in number 3. They do have a lot returning. The defense is gonna be pretty solid. You got a solid returner in Miles Crawley. It just can that team, will they be able to gel with everything that's going on? But because it's gonna be kind of rough in that West, man. It could be anybody.
Yeah, the West gonna be a dogfight, man. It's gonna come down to I've been saying it forever. It's gonna come down to the last week of the season. Now, I'm not saying them 2 teams that play in New Orleans gonna be the one to win it, but they're gonna determine who win it. So y'all can buckle up and get comfortable till November 30th. Southern number 4, 70 points, 1 first place vote. I'm fine with them being number 4. I say, I say they could be lower because I just, I feel like no expectations make a season. You can only go up from where you at. I think Southern got more talent than some people think. Southern cupboard is not bare, but we got a big hole to fill on the O-line that scares me to death. And we got some holes to fill in the secondary. If they can do that, I think we can be competitive. If we can be competitive, then we can hang in the West. I think we're in a good spot right now to show improve. So I'm fine with number 4. I've been saying the whole time, anywhere below 3 is fine with me. So I think you're in a position where you have to show improve. And I'm fine. What y'all thoughts on Southern?
Hey, to be honest, I'd rather be at 4 than number 5 because that team below at number 5, them sons aren't gonna be hitting on nothing this season. But I like Southern at 4, man, because I really think Southern. A lot of people, kind of already counting Coach Graves and them out, man. But Southern, like you said, still got talent, and man, who's to say they can't win? They might win the whole West. You just never know.
It's possible, but the one thing I'm gonna say, then I'm gonna let Jerome jump in is all corner FAMU back to back or whatever. That's murderer's row. I don't see us escaping that. So that little stretch right there is going to do a lot of damage to Southern Record. Them two teams that we don't traditionally beat, and you playing them pretty much back to back. That's a killer.
I think Southern just got to take care of the games that they are supposed to win. Make sure they win those right there, and then the two games against FAMU and Alcorn, like you say, back to back or whatever. Just pull one of those out, but win the games you have to win. You can't lose against who they lost against last year. I think it was. I can't remember.
Last year we lost to Prairie View, we lost to Alcorn, we lost to FAMU, we lost to Jackson State.
It seemed like it was somebody.
We lost to who else did we lose?
But anyway, I can't remember. But they just gotta take care of win the ones they supposed to win, and then hope they can pull one out against the FAMUs and Jackson States and the Bayou Classic and all that kind of stuff. And that's what they have to do. But they got the coaching staff to do it. They got enough knowledge and stuff. They should be all right.
Yeah, when you come to stacking years on the staff, I think they got that more than anybody. But like I said, getting the offensive line straight is priority number one. I know they're addressing it, but like I told my dad when I was talking to him one day, I was like, it takes time for O-line play to develop. He an old school guy. He played O-line back in the day, so that's his thing. But it takes time for that to gel. You can have the Jimmys and Joes, but if they don't gel, then you're gonna have a problem. So Southern have to be able to run the football. They have to. I know Coach Frederick gonna want to run the football, so they're gonna have to. And everything else will fall into place once you get the O-line right. This was a surprise to me. Pine Bluff at 5. I thought Pine Bluff would be last, but they got Pine Bluff at 5.
Pine Bluff coach was ready to play today. He was fired up when I heard him. He was talking. He was hyped up, boy. He was ready. He's a real motivator. I can hear that right there. Did you hear him talk?
Yeah, that's one thing about Coach Hampton, man. When he gets to talking, he to me, Coach Hampton got a lot of Coach Odoms in him. He looked like him a little bit. His personality is like the same, where he like really high energy, and he can get you as a fan feeling like you gonna run through a wall for him. I think he got that in him, and I think that he's working on getting those guys right. Like I said, I just don't know if they got the actual talent to do it right now. But I think he gonna have them ready. I don't think there's gonna be any game that they come into that they're not ready to play. Now, whether they play well or not, that's a different story. I know Zoe, your boy, Big Soldier. What you think about them?
UAPB.
Yeah.
They. He's a great motivator, but they don't have nobody to rally. He just motivates himself. So UAP. Hey, UAP.
He got nobody to rally.
I'm telling you, man, they don't get behind the coach, man. If ain't nobody behind the coach, they done for. Yeah, he can rally all day, man, but he gonna turn around and ain't nobody gonna be behind him.
Yes, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I think the win's gonna be few and far in between, but I think they're gonna steal one somewhere. I just think that I think he got that in him to kind of have his team be one of them teams that if you don't bring your A game, you could get caught. But I don't know if they're gonna be able to win more than 2 or 3 games. And rounding out the West is Texas Southern. I think TSU got more talent than some people think. I'm surprised that they picked them last, but they do. They did lose Ladarius Owens, which is a hell of a piece of offense to lose. But they got some good receivers coming back. They got some good guys on defense. Jacob Williams is a top guy on that defense. So I'm a little surprised, but Coach Dishman, he knew. So I could understand them kind of putting him down at the bottom and letting him work his way up.
Right. Well, they got he knew the coaching college football altogether, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got to learn a little bit, but you know, he might come in and turn around, but it won't be this season. I don't think.
No, I think it's gonna be a while, but I think they got like one thing about TSU. If you go back in the last few years, even them teams that they didn't win a lot, they had some good individual talent, and I think that's where they are right now. I just don't know if they got the team talent, but individually they got some guys who can play for other teams. But I don't know if they got that as a team, so I'm fine with them being as. I'm so used to seeing Pine Bluff be there that it was kind of a surprise, but. This is where I want to spend the rest of the time at. Players of the year and all SWAC team. Miles Crowley, offensive player of the year. I'm not surprised. I thought he might get it, but I guess my thing is every year I fool myself that a running back or somebody else gonna get it, but this is a quarterback award, and I guess he's the top returning quarterback. So I'm not too broke up about it.
It seems like the SWAC office have a system for picking that offensive player of the year because it's been that quarterback like that every year. The return quote unquote top returning quarterback these last 3 years that since I've been involved in the SWAC, watching the SWAC real close. Because it was Shador like 2 years in a row and then Musa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seemed like that's like the easy way to go, you know.
But, yeah, and I mean, I think statistically he's the top returning quarterback. So, I guess if you look at it like that, he just, he get it. But like I said, the quarterback award. But I still think other guys should get it, but I don't have a problem with him getting it. I think that, I thought he had a good season last season, and I think they trying to light a fire on him by saying that he's not gonna start, or they bringing in dudes to challenge, which I think coaches should do. Let nobody get comfortable. But I don't really have a huge problem with it.
In today's time, if you have a running back that's gonna win that, get that SWAC player of the year, offensive player of the year, he gonna have to be dual threat running back, run and catch. He got to be like Marshall Faulk. Because you're not going to get enough carries. Yeah, you ain't going to get enough just carries. You got to kind of be like Bishop Bonnet or somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Be a dual threat.
So, what about you, Big Soldier? What you think about Miles Crowley being offensive player of the year?
In my opinion, I mean, right now he was the best dude statistically, stat-wise on offense. That hey, right now, he has to be the offensive player of the year. He did have over 2,300 yards and like 16 touchdowns. So yeah, just from a statistics standpoint, he got it. But I don't think he'll be at the end of the season this year.
Yeah, I think that's gonna remain to be seen.
If they have a winning record, he'll get it. If they win the SWAC West, he'll get it.
Oh yeah, if he win the West, he easily gonna get it because he's gonna have some really good numbers in that offense if they're successful. Defensive player of the year, I'm typically not biased with my team, but I have no problem with this guy winning defensive player. Whether he get it at the end, that's a different story because I think this is gonna be the first year that he's the guy that everybody on offense gonna focus on. But when you look at a kid that he's a true junior, as a freshman, he got a lot of snaps, which was a surprise to me. I didn't really expect him to get that many snaps as a freshman. He was really productive as a freshman. And last year was his first year as a starter. Had a great season. But this year he's the focal guy. And, I think that's going to be interesting to see how that turn out. But I think when you look at a guy that's, he works hard, all this is cliche. He worked hard, he's a good student, he's a solid kid. You can't ask for much more for your program. Went in the portal and decided to come back. You know, so I think he deserves it. Now there's a lot of other guys who could have got it. I wouldn't have a problem if quite a few other guys had got it, but you know, I don't always be biased for my Jags, but this is one of those guys that I'm gonna always stand up for. So I think he deserved it, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I wouldn't have been upset if somebody else got it either.
I thought that the transfer from my light went out. What happened?
Yeah, you in the dark.
I done went. Hold on. Dang, my light just went all the way out. Hold on.
The Alabama State said they come to see you early, cuz.
I know.
I feel like I was back in the Southern at halftime. Right after halftime, they just turned the lights down.
That was the worst. That was the worst thing we ever did, boy. We made y'all mad, boy.
Nah. Yeah. But I thought it was gonna be the linebacker from Alabama State that transferred in.
From Pine Bluff, yeah. I wouldn't Rico Doja. I wouldn't have been surprised if he won it. I really was pushing for Jacob Williams from Texas Southern. I was really pushing for him because I think he could have been a guy that got it last year, but he didn't get that much attention with a lot of the top guys there. But I think there's 3 or 4 guys who could have won it, you know, and I wouldn't have had no complaint. Malachi Bailey, I think he could have won it from Alcorn. He's a hell of a defensive end. I don't think he get a lot of love that he should get. That, like I said, there's a few guys who I thought could have got it, but I'm always stand up for my guy when I think they deserve it. So, what about you, Jamie G? You got any thoughts on defensive player of the year?
Hello?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah. My damn audio here went out again, but I hear you. But what was the question?
I was just saying, what's your thoughts on defensive player of the year?
It could have been anybody out of that group, like you said, Jacob Williams, Rico Doja, Malachi Bailey, some of the DBs. But you know, I ain't got no real big problem with that.
All right, so let's we're gonna run through the preseason all conference teams, and then we're gonna kind of I'll let y'all kind of share y'all thoughts on the situation as a whole. I got one thought that I'm gonna say after I run through it, but we're gonna run through the first and second team, and then y'all we'll talk about this before we get up out of here. First team offense, quarterback Miles Crawley, running backs Donovan Eaglin from Alabama A&M, Kendrick Grimes from Southern, offensive lineman Ashton Grable, FAMU, Aurelius Dunn, Bama State, Evan Henry, Jackson State, Taj Martin, Grambling, Joseph Church, Valley, Fabian McCray, and Jacoby Hewitt, wide receivers, Jackson State and Alabama A&M, Travaris Griffin from Alcorn at tight end, first team defense, Malachi Bailey, Alcorn, Southern, Kelby Givens, Traquan Thomas from Bama State. That's another good guy who gonna be a big impact dude this season. CJ Presley from Prairie View, he's a really good defensive end. Linebackers Rico Dozier, Jacob Williams, Texas Southern, and DeMarcus Cunningham from Bama State, another good Bama State defender. Defensive backs Kendall Bola from FAMU and Mari Pate from Alabama A&M. That's a great DB. James Burgess, another one of them big cornerbacks from Bama State, and Deco Wilson from FAMU. Special teams, place kicker Cameron Gillis, the best kicker in the league. Sorry. My boy Josh Griffin is number 2. This dude's number 1. Matt Knoll, punter from Jackson State. Robert McMinn, one of the greatest return men in the conference. He deserving that. Bryson Blackwell, that's my guy, and long snapper from Southern. Second team offense, Jace Wilson, Texas Southern quarterback, Kelvin Dean, and Marcus Harris, running backs, FAMU and Alabama State. Carson Vincent, offensive lineman, Alabama A&M. Joshua Trask from Southern. Mahidi Torrance from Texas Southern, offensive line. Cameron Williams, Alabama A&M, offensive line. Jamari Gassett from FAMU and wide receiver, and Javon Robinson from Grambling at wide receiver. Jackson Davis from Valley, that's your boy right there, big soldier. Defensive line, second team, Jeremiah Williams, Jackson State, Allen Smith, FAMU, Michael Akins, Texas Southern, Jamal Marshall from Prairie View. Linebackers, Isaiah Bogarty from Texas Southern, Darius Thomas from Bethune-Cookman, Derek Williams from Southern. Defensive backs, Amon Scarborough, Alabama State, Isaiah Guthrie from Jackson State, Edwin Summerall from Alcorn, Javius Williams from Texas Southern. Special team, second team is Joshua Griffin from Southern, Jeremy Baker, Pine Bluff, Jamari Gassett, return specialist from FAMU, and Clayton Thomas, junior long snapper from Bethune-Cookman. But my one thought, and then I'm gonna let you say whatever you need to say on this whole situation, Big Soldier, is 9 offensive linemen instead of 10. I don't understand why they couldn't find one other person to fill that spot. That looks so weird to me. You telling me you couldn't have picked nobody to fill out that 10th spot? That's such a SWAC thing to me to have 9 offensive linemen instead of 10. That just looks weird to me. Especially when you got a lot of teams returning a lot of good offensive linemen. You couldn't have filled that spot with one guy, but that looks kind of goofy. But other than that, I'm gonna let you take the floor, Big Soldier. What's your thoughts on All-SWAC? You know, who should have made it that didn't make it?
I think Robert McDaniel, man, should have been on that team. He could have been a first and second team guy. Robert McDaniel, Herb Mulligan, I feel like should have been on that list. There was another guy too. I think that really they missed out on too. Oh yeah, Quay Davis. I thought Quay Davis from Jackson State didn't make the old line. I thought because he was a third team All-American, and he didn't even make the list. So
and they got an empty spot. You know what I'm saying? They got an empty spot.
They empty spot. Who that was for? But they could have gave that to Quay Davis.
Now I really was. I was surprised Herb Mulligan didn't make it. I really was surprised at that. Because that was the guy who I thought would be the player of the year. He don't even make All-SWAC. And nothing against none of these backs, but I love Kendrick Grimes, but I would have put him on second team and left Marcus Harris off of there. Nothing against him from Bama State, but I don't see how a guy like Herb Mulligan don't make this team. That's
right.
That's just that's just where I stand.
But you already know if I had a choice out of Mulligan and Rhymes, no offense, but I'm picking Mulligan.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't make it. I was kind of surprised that I was a little surprised Jace Wilson made it over Jacobian Morgan, but Jace Wilson is the newcomer of the year, so I think he's a talented quarterback. But I was a little surprised at that. Not super surprised, but I was a little surprised, and I also was surprised Andrew Body didn't get on there, but he coming off of an injury, so I understand that. I think that I think more people probably putting a little bit of wait and see on that, but I think I think they put Bama State at number 1 because of him. So it's kind of hard for him not to make second team at least, but that's neither here nor there.
But I think Body be on that list come toward the end of the season.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people on this list now ain't gonna be on at the end. Because I think there's a lot of guys who, obviously you got a lot of transfers and stuff who ain't make it because that's gonna really step up. You got a lot of guys who didn't play that's gonna play. So these teams gonna look vastly different. I do think that. But Jerome, what are your thoughts on the All-SWAC team?
I think it's going to look different, like you say, at the end of the season. And I think that by all the coaches kind of keeping it close to the vest they're not really letting it out about the players that they have. And there's not a lot of research. I don't think a lot of people know about other teams, the other players that are on a lot of the other teams to give a good vote. In my opinion, I think they just kind of follow the teams that their team and their team kind of like their rival team, you know, and can't kind of see the whole picture of things. But because it seemed like a lot of players were left off, you know, because I thought if you were all SWAC last year, you would come back. It was kind of like a rotation to make it back or something like that. But
yeah,
I'm
I always feel like, you know, if you made it last year and you come back, you should definitely be. You know, I don't see how you can not have a guy on there who was. I mean, you know, it ain't like they played no games between now and then, and you know, he had a bad season. If you was good to make all SWAC and you came back, then you should be on the team at minimum second team. You know, so I think that, you know, I think that's one of the things that, like you said, I think a lot of people don't follow a lot of teams, you know, and once you get to a certain spot, it's like you pulling names, you know. So I think they kind of always had it up in the air like that, and that's one of them things that they just never get right. But you know, like we all agree, preseason is just, you know, preseason is just for what we doing. Is to get you talking, and the season gonna determine everything.
It'll play itself out. Yep, it'll play itself out.
It's gonna definitely do that.
This is the first year where we ain't had no real, pure straight pick to say who we was gonna win the SWAC. You know, them seasons with Jackson State, the Dion years. You know, you kind of had a feeling that they were the number one horse in the race. Then last year with FAMU, it was kind of, you know, maybe nobody really wanted to admit it, but they were kind of the odds-on favorite to win it all. This year, with all the movements and questions that's going around, it's truly anybody's pick. Choice to win the game.
I really feel like there is no, you know, we can debate on anything. You know, that's just the way life go. But that really is no number one nothing this season. I don't think any answer is a wrong answer. You know, even if you don't agree with it, you know, there's nobody's wrong. You know, some years you could be like, bruh, that's just the wrong answer. That team don't got a chance. This season, I think everybody got a chance. You know, I think it's gonna be a battle for everybody to get there. Them 3 teams in the East gonna have to battle it out, and 4 or 5 teams in the West gonna have to battle it out. And the last team standing is gonna be the champ. You know, I don't think nobody gonna go through this unscathed. Now somebody might. You never know. Somebody might put it together quicker than we think.
Let me give a rattle.
That's all we need is for y'all to be the one to put it together quicker than everybody else. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's not as far fetched as people think it is for FAMU to be on top again. You know, I don't understand why people.
It looked good. It looked good.
I'm gonna stop. I've been defending FAMU too much today. I'm gonna stop that, man. Let me.
Hey, no, you ain't gotta defend FAMU. It looks good to me, but we'll see.
Hey, like I said, we'll see. One other thing I wanted to cover before we get up out of here, because like I said, this one of them special editions that we wasn't really gonna be up here too long. It's been a long day for me, but I wanted to run through the SWAC Digital Network. They announced the games that they're gonna show on their channel during the season. So I'm gonna see if I can get that list up here. Of course, now my computer won't act stupid. All right, let's see. We'll run through this and y'all can give y'all thoughts, and then we'll start to get up out of here. All right, starting on September 7th. Oh, go ahead, Big Soldier.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, C-Will.
All right. Starting on September 7th, we have 4 games that are going to be on the SWAC Digital Network. Mercer at Bethune-Cookman, Kentucky State at Alabama A&M, Arkansas Baptist at Pine Bluff, and Lane at Jackson State. September 14th, Georgetown at Alabama A&M, Edward Waters at Alcorn. September 21st, Central Arkansas at Pine Bluff, September 28th, Alcorn at Valley. October 5th, Virginia Lynchburg at Texas Southern. October 12th, Valley at Bama State. October 12th, Southern at Texas Southern. October 19th, Bethune-Cookman at Valley. October 26th, Valley at Pine Bluff. October 26th, Grambling at Texas Southern. November 2nd, Grambling at Bethune-Cookman. Prairie View at Valley. November 9th, Alabama A&M at Pine Bluff. And Texas Southern at Alcorn. And then it ends with Bethune-Cookman at Texas Southern. Valley ain't going to be on here a lot. Bethune-Cookman going to be on here a lot. And Pine Bluff going to be on here a lot. One Jackson State game looked like I don't think I saw any FAMU games on here. And
that's them third tier games. That's them third tier.
Yeah.
You know how you got the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and one Southern game on here. So it's good. Yeah, I mean, I think like hey. Somebody got to, but I think like I said, Brian. I think Valley getting a lot of getting a lot of these games is good. Pine Bluff getting a lot of these games is good. They got to be shown somewhere. So why not have the league start to put this kind of stuff on?
Bethune.
Yeah, Bethune too.
Yeah. That's that second crust, that second layer, right there trying to break into. They need to add Alabama A&M in a couple of their games in there.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be. I think they'll be one. Now I'm surprised. I've been looking for it to be on one of these networks, and not that nobody cares. Like I said, I'm gonna be at the game, so it don't really matter. I don't know why I care about it, but Southern and Pine Bluff, I'm surprised that game not nowhere. But like I said, Pine Bluff, I guess they got enough games. But that's media day for 2024. Maybe I thought this year might be the year that I'll be there, but I had a lot of things come up in real life the couple weeks before, so that was a no-go. Maybe next season will be my year to be there. Me and the wife was talking about it, so that might be the goal for next season. So we might be on location next year for this. But we'll continue to see. We're gonna put that in the hands of the man, the man that make all the plans, and we'll see what he say. But one last thing before we get up out of here. I know some of y'all ain't had a chance to join the college football 25 crowd yet, but Big Soldier, I know you've been playing. What's your thoughts so far? What's your thoughts so far?
This game is a thing of beauty. It's been such a long time since we had a college football game, and I'm very much impressed. I'm really enjoying myself playing this game.
I can't wait till Friday.
Yeah.
I see Jerome had the PS5 ride shotgun. I'm like, nah, dog. You had to go and spend that bill, bro. I don't get that thing early, man.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. When you get it though, you gonna love it though. I like
it's good.
That's a good thing about it.
My only regret is I haven't had the time to put in like I thought I was, because y'all know I've been saying I was gonna lock in, and I've been having long work days. So when I got off work yesterday, I fired it up, and I might have put in an hour. I didn't even, I just kind of messed around. And then last night before I went to bed, I put in about another hour. And I woke up this morning at like 4 o'clock. And I played a little bit. And then I played some when I got home. So I haven't really fully dove into it deep. But like I said, it's nice, man. Like I say, it's nice. If you haven't played it yet, y'all make sure y'all get it. I think it's a good game. Of course, right now you got a lot of early issues. All them games got that kind of stuff. But I'm very happy with it. So I think that we'll see now. They don't start the team builder site till Friday, so I was hoping I could start working on my Southern team, but I'm gonna have to wait till Friday for that. So if y'all on, they do have crossplay. Now I don't know if it's for Dynasty or if it's just for exhibition, but there is crossplay. So we can always link up. But if you're on Xbox, hit me up with your gamer tag. Mine is SWAC, all one word. So I'm not. Hey, like I said, I'm still practicing, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that excuse out there now. I'm still practicing, but y'all want to get down, we can always get down. But we're gonna be, we're gonna have some more thoughts on this game, especially Thursday, because by Thursday I be to put in a whole lot more time. And Friday, I know Jerome waiting. I know he waiting, and so we'll
Jerome. If Jerome wants to, he come play with me, man. He come play my game until he comes. Hey, doing old school, man. Jerome, come on to my house, bro. We'll just play it till
I ride my joystick shotgun. Bring it right on over there. I ain't gonna use your controller. I got to use mine.
Don't ever use somebody else's controller, man. Because I know I used to have that one that had the kind of that stuck a little bit. I'll let you use that one. I ain't tell you that the button stick a little bit, on the right trigger button don't work right. I tell you that now. And when you say something, I'll be like, "What? It do? Man, I was just using that thing today. I ain't know."
Right.
Y'all always bring your own, man. You always bring your own. You always come prepared. That's a game of that. You always come prepared. But man, like I say, I thank y'all for tuning in with us on this Tuesday night, man. Like I say, it's getting late for me. It's almost my bedtime. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Y'all know I don't really stay up that late no more. But I thank y'all for tuning in, man. I thank my crew for joining me, man. I know this one of them last minute things. So I thank y'all for coming through. That's definitely a blessing to me, man. I love y'all brothers, man. I just keep it 100 with y'all. And so I thank y'all for joining me tonight.
It's just beautiful, man.
He didn't put it.
Look at y'all. Who got it early, man? Who got it early, man?
All right. Don't worry about it. I'll see you Sunday. I'll see you Sunday.
I'll see you
Sunday. Outside Sunday.
Hey,
be outside. We always outside. Look at
that. Look at the helmet, bro. Ooh.
Hey, I'm about to go fire this thing up in a little while, man.
I'm gonna bring the U out.
Right. Man, I'm about to take you off the stream now. Don't talk no you stuff. I'm about to take you off the stream. y'all know what team I go with. So I don't know. Ain't no you talking here.
I'm gonna run the U out there on you.
I want to show y'all these. Look at this. UL Monroe Sorry than FCS Pounder. Look at that rating, bro. How you a 60?
That FCS team.
The FCS team better than them, bro.
Hey, I heard a lot of people say that. I heard a lot of people say them FCS teams been giving them some business too now. Don't sleep on them boys, man. I heard a couple of people say FCS Midwest been putting them points up on them, man. But I'm about to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. I thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll be back on Thursday for the real SWAC smoke. So y'all keep it locked in, and hopefully we can keep Big Soldier from hurting too many people on the game before the weekend. But we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch y'all on SWAC Smoke.
All right, peace.
All right.